So, hi there. This next sliding talk is about some creative way of using honeypots. As Sven already mentioned what they do, I will present now what we do with it. The agenda is quite short, so just about me. This is my nickname. I'm working as this, and I protect these for one of these in Switzerland. But that's actually my day job. There's also some don't know, night job. Don't know if that's the right naming. But what do we want to talk today about? It's watching hackers. And there must be a reason why. There's normal one we probably heard a few times before. It's to learn how they hack, to find out their methods, their tools, to download 0-day, don't know, whatever. That's not really new. We heard that before. So we added a new goal, and we said, okay, we want to laugh. So they're just a pain in the neck, and why not laugh about them for once? So we took a tool, and that's actually Kippo. Don't know if you heard before about that tool before. It's a normal honeypot. It's not a web-based, it's a shell-based. And Kippo, the name, I think it's quite clear what it means. And the features are like with a normal honeypot. You have a fake file system, you can add fake file content, like a password file or whatever. And it also stores everything you or the attacker downloads with wget. That's the 0-day part, just so we can analyze the malware later on. It just stores everything. But we also had some features, or the author added some features which are really cool. And don't know if other honeypots have the same features, but there are a few fun features. It does store the session in a format you can replay. So you really can see how they worked, what they did type in, and it's in real time, the replay. So really see if he mistyped, misspelled, how fast they type, etc. The SSH connects to other hosts. It actually connects nothing. It acts like it would connect, but it stays on the same shell. And even more funny, the exit does not really exit, but it just clears the screen. And acts like it would be on the old host, but the attacker still stays on the same host. And I don't have a demo for that here, but there are some logs we have which just, you can see SSH connect to another host, uname, 2 or 3 more tests, then exit, next host, SSH connect, and the attacker doesn't really recognize that it's always the same host. So we then thought, let's create some website. And we started a site where we thought we'd just do the same like bash.org or SMS von gestern Nacht, I think is the German website. I see some guys do know that site. We thought, okay, let's just upload attacks and then have users vote on, don't know, how good the attacks are or how stupid the attackers are. And we then started somewhere this year with this site. It looks like this. You have the domain up there, and it really looks the same like the other sites I mentioned before. And that's empty, strange. We then had to program a shell And the Keepo tool comes with Ajax term, some very weird stuff, where you have to have, on the server side, you have to have a shell, and then on the website you have an Ajax term, and it connects to the server, and you actually have a live session on the server where it replays the whole session. And we thought, if we have such a website which makes fun of attackers, and we already positioned the machine on a network, the name was mentioned before, at a very big German internet provider, which I hope is more or less DDoS proof. So we thought, let's don't open any new holes, let's just make everything HTTP based or JavaScript based. And so we wrote a shell which just emulates or looks like a normal shell, but basically it's a text area and it's JavaScript. And that's very dark. You can't really read it, I guess.
Maybe we can dim the light to make it more readable.
Can you dim a little bit? Not really better.
A lot better.
Okay. You just missed the first few lines. Usually they look what kind of machine is it, what hardware do we have, what uptime do we have. The uptime is quite important. Is it will it be a client or a new command and control? Then there is a Microsoft download where they try to download the Service Pack 3. They usually do it to see how fast is the uplink. And then it just clears the logs. He tries to hide his tracks, and I guess at the bottom there's a uname to see what kind of system am I on. And then there's some typing error. Then he wrote an exit, and now he's still on the same machine, but he doesn't recognize. And then he reconnects a new machine, new server, or at least tries to do so. And it really acts, the honeypot really acts as if it's connecting another machine. The password in clear text, of course. Then a uname again, just to see what kind of machine am I on. Then the ls, and the ls really emulates a real machine. Another wget, but this time for some malware. And the funny part is, he now tries to unpack it, but he doesn't get the name right. And it takes quite some time. It's really fun to see and to think about what does the attacker right in that moment think. Now he tries to compile his malware. He tries to compile, I think it's some kind of bot or something he wants to make run. And this honeypot is configured to just output some Star Wars quote or something every time he tries to run an application or a binary. The honeypot doesn't know. So there also, he's quite confused. He got this Star Wars quote, and then he tries 90 to see, oh, what happened? And he tries to add a user. This won't work, but it doesn't say it doesn't work. It just has a segmentation fault or anything, but only at the end. So there are some attackers which try to user add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and always at the end there's segmentation fault, some other error, and the attackers quite have some time at hand to just try it 6 times, 7 times. Okay, I will quit now the movie here. So, what are the plans? Now we have that more or less proof of concept of a website where we have the some very primitive shell emulation, and the real or the main problem is that the logs contain some escape characters or some command line control characters which we have to emulate in JavaScript. It's like left key or a clear screen or something like that. And it takes quite some time to find these commands and to implement them in JavaScript. Although the JavaScript itself is quite short. If you look at the website, at the source code, you will see that it's quite short, the emulation part. We also had the idea for geolocation. I will come back to this topic. And the main problem is also we need some automation to upload these scripts. Currently, it's handwork. We take the native logging format and we reformat it with a script into JavaScript array to just add it then on the website, which is all manual work. And perhaps there's even somebody in here with a great idea now or later, just contact me. One of the ideas is this. There is our main source at the moment is are a few installations from CERT in Europe. This is a map. The owner of that of these honeypots creates every 24 hours or something, and he has there these IPs attempting to log into the honeypot and fail. These are the yellow ones. The orange ones, which means IP successfully logged in but didn't interact. The red ones, these entered commands on the honeypot. So our idea is to, and this must be somebody in here, so raise your hand. So our idea is to just click on one of these IPs, on these markers, and then not only get the IP, but also to just link to the script itself. So we can see how do the attackers in Switzerland work, how do the attackers in Germany work, do they use the same commands, are they as stupid as the other ones? So that's one of our ideas, to get some interaction with other systems. Okay, I hope I was in time.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes left.
I have 10 minutes left. So, questions? I still have another script if you like.
Does your shell emulation has a random generator for host information, such as CPU and operating system path?
The shell emulation is only the player. So you mean the emulation for the Kippo?
Yeah.
If you install Kippo, this there's a script which helps you in setting up the host. So you can take a live system and tell Kippo to create an emulation of that live system for a honeypot. Like that, you can use an asterisk box and just act as if you are a voice over IP box. It also adds some files you would like to have, so it really looks like a real system. And it always looks the same the next time you reconnect to the same host.
And if you make an SSH session from one host to the next?
It stays the same. That's the funny part. Most of the guys attacking don't really recognize. They're always attacking quite the same system, and they don't recognize.
Even the IP information doesn't change?
No. The speed changes if you download, but only a little bit. Even the IP, just the same. It also has the same users, the same password file, just the same. Now that changes as well, but the rest is more or less the same. The kippo, it's quite it's not that difficult to change anything. It's just a bunch of Python scripts and a few text files. And to add new commands, you just add new text files as templates and some lines of code, and then you have your new host to have fun with. So, other questions? I'll try to find another film. Oh, well, there was one. There's can you please dim again a little bit? Thanks. There was another like if config, it doesn't find the command because it doesn't know it. wget again, we had that before. And this one is really cool. There's even a better one, but I wasn't able to find it. First, the attacker tries GCC, this doesn't work. He tries make, doesn't work. apt-get doesn't work, and then yum. And I'm not sure if it was that log or if it was another one, but first the attacker tested what kind of distribution is it. Then it said Debian, as far as I know. Then he tried apt-get, didn't work. Then he tried to download apt with yum, which was really fun. Aptitude doesn't work. Then wget doesn't really work because he entered the command wrong. Then there's a download. Then he tries to untar his archive he just downloaded, but unfortunately he missed to enter the name of the archive. It works on the second run. And then this host is really cool because he tries to run the code he just downloaded. And then this script just prints this O and an O really. Question mark. And that O really returns all the time, except you enter a yes. And when you enter a yes, you will get a no way. And there are some attackers which try and try and try and try, and there's also else a no way. And they try yes, why, no, fuck off, whatever. And again, the attacker tries to remove his footprint on the system. What's cool to see here is, although the touch message brings back a command not found, the attacker must use some kind of script or a copy paste or something. It just runs through. Doesn't matter if it works on that host or not. He probably learned it somewhere that it works like this, but doesn't really understand what it does, don't know. And it then ends the session. Not sure why he first deletes his traces and then enters a new command. I have a few minutes left still.
4.
4. Oh. So,
And it's not compulsory to use them up, just say.
you can probably play back a little bit faster. Faster. Is it readable? No. You can't see anything anymore.
How much Apple Edge?
Better? Actually, it's more or less the same. He tries to download his binary. It doesn't find Perl. Then I think he tries to download Perl with different methods like apt-get, or just download the whole package. Quite big, the package. That's one of the problems. Many attacks just look the same. It's interesting to learn. They first try to find out what machine it is, how fast the internet is, the uplink. But to really find the funny parts, you have to sift through tons of log files to find the funny parts, like guys trying to answer the owl sometimes. Now comes another Star Wars quote. I'll scroll a little bit.
Got a question.
Yep.
What is the whole system based on?
The host,
No, the honeypot.
the honeypot,
Yeah.
Python,
Yeah, what is the below OS?
whatever you want to have.
Okay, so it's just
Usually it's Linux.
what line?
Take one.
Edward?
Just got another question.
Yeah, please.
If the attacker uses wget to download an exploit, does he actually download the original exploit, or so you have access to the exploit?
Yeah,
afterwards?
yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Have you started posters? Are you using the hosts when they try to exit and stay on the machine? Have you tried, or do you post process the names of hosts where they connect next?
Not yet,
Do
no.
fun stuff with that?
Not yet, but that would be interesting, I guess. Yeah. No more questions? So, in this case, thank you.